Tension seems to be building up between new Tigray President Tadesse Varede and TPLF. All signs are there. I have received exclusive information for you. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. When was General Tadesse Varede appointed the president of Tigray? How long is his tenure? What was TPLF expecting? Why is TPLF getting frustrated with the channel? What are the main issues? All that in this video. We know that in March this year, Gita Chaureda was removed from Tigray presidency. He worked as Tigray president for 2 years. He developed differences with the TPLF. He wanted to take over TPLF. He was definitely backed by the federal government. He had support of Sadkan. He tried to establish an alternative political decision-making body by the name of Tigray Interim Council. He managed to divide TPLF, but he could not continue as president. TPLF and Tigray kicked him out of Tigray. When TPLF kicked him out of Tigray, it hoped that the new president will listen to TPLF's grievances and the new president will work to address the concerns of the largest political party in Tigray, TPLF, Tigray Population Fund, where they took office, General Tadesse Varede, at the start of April. 2 months have passed. What is the tenure of Tadesse Varede? 1 year. Out of 12 months, 2 months have passed. And now gradually we're seeing that a silent tension is building up. Friction is now visible between General Varede and top tier of the TPL. What is the reason? Two main reasons. Firstly, TPLF was hoping that Varede will proactively work for the restoration of TPLF's status as a political party. Varede issues statements in the presence of TPLF leaders backing their position about restoration of party status. But practically, he has done nothing so far to ensure that TPLF status is restored. And TPLF today is in a worse condition. I mean, it was in a better position when Getachew was in power. Back then, TPLF was at least a political party eligible to contest election, though it was not fulfilling some requirements demanded by National Election Board of Ethiopia, but it wasn't a non-political entity. It had a status. But after Varede took office, TPLF status was revoked. Why? Because it did not fulfill the requirements. It did not hold a party congress. It refused to comply with NEB's demands. That is why NEB revoked TPLF status. Now, TPLF is not eligible to contest any election in Ethiopia. So isn't TPLF in a worse position now? Yes. One of the main reasons is General Varede's lack of commitment to TPLF's position about restoration of its status. TPLF has written 2 letters to international community so far. Second letter written on Thursday. I did a video on that yesterday. Why is TPLF trying to involve international community? Because the regular formal channel of communication between TPLF and federal government is cut off. Federal government is not showing any flexibility to restore TPLF status. TPLF frustrated, it is trying to involve international community. So, first point of the first reason behind the friction between TPLF and federal government and Varede is that TPLF status has not been restored, and Varade is not proactively working for the restored TPLF status. Second point, I think, is about southern Tigray. TPLF hoped before Varade came to power that Tigray military, they'll support TPLF in their effort to dismantle southern Tigray government of Zaidu Haftu Kiros, not Zaidu Haftu Kiros, where they instead visited Mechu. He stayed in southern Tigray for 3 to 4 days, and he said no force should not be used. Haftu Kiros still in power in southern Tigray. In southeastern Tigray, people protesting against TPLF-backed administration there. In Talo Vajrat, people protesting. Edi Gudam, people protesting. And Gita and where they restored and Dirta war administration. Pro-TPLF administration has been fired. Obviously, that decision by Varade to restore and administration, previous administration, isn't being well received in TPLF circles. On the other hand, we're seeing that in Afar region, Vediantiro, Gibrigzaber Bijine is publicly arming, training Tigray Peace Force, Tigray dissident fighters. Other generals could join too, other senior officers could join too, because if one main commander has joined TPF from TDF, it means that precedence is there, others could join as well. So TPLF has not been able to dismantle pro-Gita Choreda, anti-TPLF Southern Tigray government. And it is only issuing statements about federal government backing TPF, but it has not been able to dismantle TPF or take action against TPF. These are two main reasons behind TPLF's frustration with General Varade, the new president of Tigray. I think if Varade starts telling TPLF that TPLF should cut off links with Shabia, with Eratia, with PFDJ, that could drive a wedge between TPLF and Varade, and it could lead to start of an open confrontation between TPLF and General Varade, the president of Tigray. So far, Varade is silent. We can call his silence an approval too. He's not rejecting, he's not criticizing TPLF for having contacts with Eritrea. At the same time, Varade is not fulfilling whatever is being demanded by the TPLF. Varade is a man of a few words. He does not speak much. He remains quiet. Whenever TPL leaders meet with him, he never says no. He says, okay, we'll do it. We're seeing, we'll looking into it. Yes, I understand. Yes, we'll manage it. That's what he says. He never confronts TPLF. He never disagrees with them. At the same time, he is not complying with the instructions of the Tigray People Vision Fund. That is why I'm saying that silent tension is building up. Top tier of TPLF is getting frustrated. I think if a few more months pass, then we could see visible tension and confrontation between TPLF and Tadesse Varade, the new president of Tigray. Thanks for watching.